Hello, my name is Susan Vance. I belong to an organization called SNAP, Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests. If you want to know more about our mission with those who have been abused, please go to snapnetwork.org. The time has come. It's been a long time, but it's finally here. We are calling for the resignation of Bishop Richard Stika of Knoxville. Bishop Stika came to the Catholic Diocese of Knoxville in 2009. At that point, he was following Bishop Joseph Kurtz, who was the second bishop of Knoxville. Bishop Kurtz had been promoted to Archbishop of Louisville. Well, Bishop Kurtz is now retired actually, and his successor is Archbishop Shelton Fobb. He is from Louisiana, and he is our new Archbishop Metropolitan of the Archdiocese of Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to have a press conference as well as a demonstration on October 30th, 2022, this coming Sunday. The demonstration will be on the public property in front of the Cathedral of the Sacred Heart in Knoxville. It will be from about 8:30 to noon. We'll get to that in a second. Please, if you would like to come, hold a sign. Tell people that you believe it's time for Bishop Stika to go. Please join us there. There is a clear message. We're not mincing any words here. Resign now, Bishop Stika. In all its iterations, that's what we're saying. It's time to go. Please resign, or Archbishop Fobb, please remove him if that's what it takes. More about that in a second. Why are we saying he must go? Simply cover up corruption, intimidation, and retaliation. These are the hallmarks of Bishop Stika's tenure in Knoxville, and we've had enough. The Catholic Diocese needs a bishop who is a caring individual. This is cover up, corruption, intimidation, and retaliation is not what a Catholic bishop is supposed to do. So from 8:30 to around noon, if you want to show up for the demonstration, I don't know how many people will be there, maybe just a few, it doesn't matter. Hold a sign, let your voice be heard in that way. At 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, there will be a press conference. In person, and I'll tell you where in just a second, or on Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. If, please God, we can get all that going, we will do it that way too. Gather starting at noon at Lakeshore Park. This is a map, hard to see, I know, but basically the park is only 0.7 miles, less than a mile, from the Cathedral of the Sacred Heart. So get in your car, come over to the park, and meet us at the Marble Pavilion for the press conference. This is a picture of the Marble Pavilion. It's supposed to rain on Sunday, but we'll still have this. This does not protect from all the rain, so wear your ponchos and bring your umbrellas, and maybe we'll have no rain at all at that particular moment. We'll see. Whatever, we're still going forward. Enter at the Lions View Pike entrance and follow the signs to the Marble Pavilion and Hall. If you were listening to this just to get those details, I'm pretty much finished with the housekeeping part of telling you about the demonstration October 30th and the press conference. If you want to hear a thumbnail sketch of the horror that is Knoxville, Tennessee, please stay with me, and I'll try to give you a little thumbnail sketch. What I have to say here is not everything. The story is being written even as we speak. So just know that whatever you're hearing here, there's so much more. So stay tuned. On April of 2021, it all started with this article in thepillarcatholic.com. Bishop Stika is being investigated by the Vatican. Many people wrote complaints to the Vatican about Stika in what was called Vos Estis Lux Mundi, which is a way that that Pope Francis made for people to report bishops, and we did. Many people did. One of the things in one of the pillar articles is about a deacon who was about to be ordained in a diocese. However, they refused him at the last minute and said, no, you're not going to be ordained. Bishop Stika said, come on over. Sexual misconduct? Come on over. I'll ordain you. You got to read this story. So I'm going to let you read the rest of it. In the seminarian probe, which is the seminarian accused by John Doe of raping him, and the whole saga thereafter, was brought before the Diocesan Review Board. And the Diocesan Review Board hired an investigator who was very good. But he was too good. He was, quote, asking too many questions, according to Stika. And so we can't have that. And he promised to get to the truth. We can't have that. So he was replaced. Again, I can't make this up. I don't make it up. But you have to read it to see what we're talking about. This story is something I can't even begin to tell you. It's very long and very involved, and J.D. Flynn came to Knoxville and got the story firsthand from the bishop. The bishop wanted the whole story. Well, he got it, and he didn't like it. So read it. It's very interesting. The Vatican verdict looms for Knoxville. This was written in September of 2021. Well, we're still looming over here. The word loom is appropriate because we haven't gotten an answer. And it is that was in September of 2021. We're still sitting around here a year later with no answers. And again, it's incredible. Ed Penton of the National Catholic Register wrote an article about the inconsistencies. One bishop in Puerto Rico was removed because he disagreed with his archbishop on the vaccine for COVID. Bishop Stika is sitting here with a laundry list a mile long of things he's done, and he's still here. It smells of blackmail and corruption, and again, cover-up. Chris Altieri wrote a great article, Big Trouble in Little Knoxville, my favorite headline of the century. Big Trouble in Little Knoxville. And you really should read this. Chris Altieri, writing at that point for the Catholic Herald, and he brings up some very important points, especially about Cardinal Dziwisz, the Polish cardinal, who Wojciech Sobczak, the seminarian in focus here, says, oh, he was my family friend, knew my pastor, knew my family. Dziwisz says, who? Wojciech, who? Read the article. Very interesting. I would love to spend an hour on this, but I'm not going to. There will be more later, but the Paycheck Protection Plan fraud in Knoxville is not over. It is not settled, and there's more to come. So stick with me on that. But let's talk about how Bishop Stika treated the Catholic schools in this whole Paycheck Protection Plan situation. Again, in the Pillar in June of 2022, it was reported that Bishop Stika has levied a tax on the Catholic schools in the diocese. 7 of the Catholic schools, the elementary schools, were to pay him a 25% tax on their payroll protection funds. Now, there are 8 Catholic elementary schools in Knoxville, in the Diocese of Knoxville, and one that did not get assessed was St. Joseph's School, because St. Joseph's School is not affiliated with one single parish. The other 7 schools belong and are affiliated with a single parish. This is very important to understand. Bishop Stika knew that if he levied this egregious 25% tax on a school with a parish attached, that when the school had a shortfall and couldn't pay his tax, the parish would have to pick up the tab. This is underhanded mistreatment of not only Catholic schools, but priests and parishes who are trying to make ends meet. But Stika wants his cut. This is probably one of the most important things, and this is going to be talked about this weekend. This compassionate, he'll call himself compassionate, bishop, demanded that his lawyers file motions to have John Doe, in the John Doe versus the Catholic Diocese of Knoxville and Bishop Richard Stika case, to refile and say his name. This man is a rape victim for many reasons. Those who have been victims of sexual assault do not want to use their name, and they have that right. But Stika got Gino Marchetti, who agreed, and filed this motion. So John Doe will be refiling under his name. Bishop Stika thinks that the lawsuit will go away because John Doe will not say his name. We'll talk about that Sunday. Don't miss that. So we've got cover-up, corruption, intimidation, and retaliation. Plenty of reason to say, Bishop Stika, goodbye. It's time for you to go. Lies, this is what we're dealing with here. It's a 4-letter word. It's what is at the heart of what we are saying about the Diocese of Knoxville. And we can spread that to the Diocese of Nashville and Memphis, and we will. So just stay tuned. Sunday, October 30th, the press conference. Resign now, Bishop Stika. Very clear message. See it on Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. More information about that. You can find that at rememberthesurvivors.com as time moves forward in this toward this press conference. The press conference is in Lakeshore Park. Go back and look at that information and this. Bishop Stika, you must go. He must resign. It's done. We're done. We can't really put up with this anymore and should not put up with this anymore. I hope to see you on Sunday. It's beautiful here in East Tennessee. Probably going to rain that day, but that's okay. But come and join us either in person. For every person that comes to that press conference, there will be 1,000 behind that person wanting to be part of this and not being able to be there. Join on Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. We'll see you then. Thank you very much.